What's up, guys? This is Brian Mounts. I run the Turf Mechanic YouTube channel. This is my front lawn. I've been renovating this lawn incrementally, slowly over the past year and a half. 14 months ago, I installed Irrigreen myself in this front lawn. 12 months ago, I don't know, maybe 13 months ago, I installed Irrigreen in my side lawn over on the other side of the driveway, the other side of my SUV back there. And then back in March, which would be roughly 5 months ago, I installed Irrigreen in my backyard. I put it in my dog kennel. I have very little content here on the channel about that because it's in my dog kennel. I want to start off this video by being very clear. I promote Irrigreen on this channel, but only to a very select few, a minority, so to speak. I've been very clear over the past 12, 13, 14 months that I believe Irrigreen is a really excellent option for many yard owners, many lawn owners. Simple fact of the matter is, this is not for everybody. I've been very clear with that for a very long time, and that has not changed. Not only have I touted how cool it is here on this channel, I've also explained in a variety of videos some of the many problems that I've had with the system after I've put them in. Some of these problems have to do with me. I was the installer. We're going to call this a DIY installation on all of these zones. I have a fourth zone I'm going to be putting in a little bit later in the season this year, my main backyard. As a DIY person, it's easy to just dig into your lawn, one straight line, and put a single sprinkler head in. That's how Irrigreen is designed. It's supposed to be easy for anyone to put in. And if you do decide to hire a professional irrigation installer to put it in, it should be even easier for them because there's way less trenching, way less digging, way less pipes. But Irrigreen does come with its own set of interesting problems that have to be resolved. For instance, Irrigreen is a constantly under pressure system underground. And because there's constant pressure at every single sprinkler head, you have to install all of the pipes and all of the connections knowing full well that there's going to be full pressure at all times. If you put these joints together lazily, they will eventually fail and they will eventually leak. They did in my case. I had to fix all three of my units simply because I installed connections lazy enough for them not to be durable. Now, I've had personally a few technical issues. Some of these issues possibly because I just didn't look close enough at the unit. I couldn't get my sprinkler system to work at all for a while simply because there was a fuse in the control box that had blown. I didn't even know there was a fuse in there. I've never had an irrigation control box that had a fuse in the box itself. I didn't think to look. Now, I've also explained many different reasons in a dedicated video why Irrigreen might not be a good option for you. And I have another video demonstrating how the standard coffee cup or tuna can water distribution collection and averaging out process doesn't work with Irrigreen. So in a standard irrigation system, you put out a whole bunch of water collection cups, turn your irrigation system on, water collects into the cups over 30 minutes, you measure, average them out, and you know how much water your system is putting on the lawn over the course of a block of time. With Irrigreen, it's different. With Irrigreen, it sends water over here, it's supposed to hit the ground and splash that way. Or a lot of water is supposed to hit the ground here, a lot of water is supposed to hit the ground there, and the water is supposed to seep together into the middle. That's the whole point of the system. So if you got collection cups out there, it's not going to measure the way that we're used to. You also have the problem of water spraying possibly too far into in a windy situation and not mapping the lawn properly. If you're calibrating your lawn or mapping your lawn and there is a light breeze and then you set the thing to run in the middle of the night, it's not going to hit all areas of your lawn the way that you want every single time. Here I am harping on all of the negatives of this system, but the simple fact of the matter is I'm still installing it in my lawn and I still think it's fantastic. There's negatives to everything out there. But with Irrigreen, there's an awful lot of positives, but there's also a ton of questions. And when it comes to the cost of buying the control box and however many heads that you have to sink into the lawn, whether it be yourself or paying some installer to do it for you, All of these questions add up. All of the answers to these questions should make a difference. The systems are expensive. On whole, if you were to put in a fresh system completely from scratch, Irrigreen system would be cheaper than putting in a standard system, simply because of the minimal amount of equipment and trenching and manual labor that goes into it. But if you already have an existing system in the lawn, the cost benefit of analysis gets a little bit wonky. So my entire point of this video is to let you guys know that I am using my Irrigreen system here on my front lawn. I'm using it in my side lawn. I'm starting to use it in the dog kennel, although I am growing grass seed over there, so I'm being a little bit ginger about where I spray over there. And in the coming month or so, I'm going to be trenching a fourth zone into my backyard. That's the yard space that my kids predominantly play in. And whenever we have like backyard barbecue style parties, that's where we go. When I'm not working in the lawn, when I'm trying to just enjoy time in the lawn, I literally sit in the backyard or sit in the garden. I want that space to look just as good as this space, and I want to use as little water as possible, which is the entire point of putting these Irrigreen systems in. I'm going to guess that virtually any video that you watch on YouTube and the vast majority of websites that you look at on the internet are trying to sell you on Irrigreen. I can sell you on Irrigreen. I can make money referring you to purchase an Irrigreen product, but I don't want you to buy an Irrigreen system unless it actually makes sense for you. So I'm making this video so that you have the opportunity to post every single question you could possibly think of in the comments below. However, if you're interested, if there's enough people interested in the comments below over the next few days, I'm going to do a live Q&A regarding Irrigreen only. I suppose we'll dovetail into some other irrigation topics because you have to compare one to another. But I want the central focus of the live stream, which would be roughly 5 days from now, at least time of recording. I'm recording this on a Monday, and I'm thinking I got time Saturday morning to do a live stream where I can answer as many questions as I possibly can, vocally speaking, off the cuff, on the fly, so that you guys feel comfortable in understanding the system, what I think about it, who I think it's good for, its limitations, its advantages, all of that. I don't work for Irrigreen. I do have an affiliate relationship with them, as I do with many of the companies that I talk about. I don't have an affiliate relationship with all of them, but I do with Irrigreen. But I don't represent the company, and I don't have insider information. But I do have practical experience using it, installing it, fixing it, and watching it work. I run this thing in the middle of the night. Occasionally I run it in the middle of the day. Sometimes a lot of the video that you're seeing here on the screen is me calibrating it in the middle of the day or the late, various times of the day, trying to calibrate it and remap out the yard. Anytime I have to disconnect and tweak it, I have to make sure that it is remapped out properly. So if you have any questions about this system, if you're thinking about getting it, this thing has been online it's been a company for many years. I don't know how long exactly. First time I ever heard about it was a couple years ago. Last year is when I started digging it into my own ground. There's a lot of buzz around the company. It is a special product. But with special fancy products, you've got to have a lot of reservation in buying them and understanding how they work. So leave those questions in the comments. I'm going to be on top of the comments all week long for the next 5-6 days or so, up until around September 1 or 2. At that point, on Saturday, what is it? Today's the 26th. So I think it's August 31, Saturday, August 31. Around that time, if there's interest in the comments below, I'm going to go ahead and do a live. At that point, if you jump on live, I'll answer your questions verbally right after you ask them. No planning, no research involved. It's just right off the top of my head. And for those of you guys who are interested and you don't quite think that Irrigreen is fully ready and perfect for you, maybe it's just too spendy. I've actually got a video in the works coming out where I'm going to be looking at the complete cheapest alternative to Irrigreen that you could possibly imagine. I'm not saying it's as good. I'm not saying it's as good, but it is an alternative that is in the ballpark of what Irrigreen does, and it's way, way cheaper. Anyway, leave those comments below. and let me know if you want to be involved in a live stream this coming weekend. Thank you very much.